The footage is too graphic to share here. Russian-covered trucks, estimated to be carrying a company-sized force of soldiers, sit on flat tires, still lined up in the neat, orderly row that they'd been traveling in just hours before. Damage to their vehicles immediately makes it obvious what fate befell them, pockmarked with small holes the size of large marbles. Sometime that morning, as the trucks hurried to bring a company-sized force of reinforcements to counter the Ukrainian invasion of Kursk, a distant HIMARS, high-mobility artillery rocket system operated by Ukrainian soldiers, went into action. It's not known how Ukraine managed to strike with such pinpoint precision miles inside Russian territory. There's growing evidence that Ukrainian hackers were able to break into the Russian traffic camera system, a massive network of cameras that allows for real-time monitoring of road and traffic conditions. This would give Ukraine eyes on every single highway and major roadway in the region, letting them precisely track the movements of Russian forces. Perhaps though it was a simple reconnaissance drone, of the type used in the thousands by both sides. Normally, flying such a drone so far inside Russia would be risky, as its high altitude would make it easier to spot for Russian air defenses, even if small drones remain notoriously difficult to target and track. But Russia would have had a very hard time coordinating any response to an airborne incursion, given the massive electronic warfare blitzkrieg that Ukraine unleashed as its tanks and armored vehicles smashed through the two lines of trenches staffed with conscripts that were all that stood between Russia and a Ukrainian invasion force. Communications were cut off or degraded to the point of uselessness, radars jammed. Many may have tried to warn the ill-fated convoy as it rolled straight into a Ukrainian ambush, but jamming would have made radio communications difficult, if not impossible. Given the disorganized nature of Russia's defense of Kursk, it's likely nobody knew what was waiting for the convoy. Seemingly zero precautions had been taken to secure the movement of troops against Ukrainian precision attacks. Moments after being detected, rockets loaded with hundreds of submunitions were screaming through the sky, bursting open a mile or so from their target and unleashing what Iraqi forces facing American weapons would call steel rain. Vehicles were instantly shredded, and dozens of troops sitting in the flatbeds never knew what hit them. Footage and photos from the strike show soldiers heaped on top of each other inside the trucks, falling over dead and onto each other on the floor of the truck as they were instantly killed.